All right. We are live officially.
Hey.
And we'll see. Hopefully this lasts on YouTube as well. But anyway, I'm on here with my friend Denise. I guess you don't want the last name known. She's
I'm
hiding
just
from Facebook. That's what it is. She's another Facebook felon like me.
yes. Hey,
So,
what
um,
what are you doing in the fight? Like we're fighting for our nation, our children, our grandchildren. Like,
exactly.
yeah,
If you're not getting banned by Facebook, then you ain't doing it right.
exactly. Right.
So we had actually a very interesting little Facebook message group conversation yesterday. Giuseppe, I see Gio's here. Um, what's up, buddy? I'll see you in 2 days. He's coming to my birthday party.
Oh, yay.
He and
I
Carol
wish
are
I
going to be
could
here.
come.
I know. Well, you can.
Yeah.
You got the open invite. You just got to pay for your own airfare. Hey, there is Wayne. Wayne is here too. He's also coming to my birthday party.
I mean,
There you go.
fun.
So, yes, Levita is also coming, by the way, with Gio and Carol. And unfortunately,
Uh,
Adele has to work, but it is what it is. We're
oh,
gonna
she's
do
got
it
to work.
live, and
She
yeah,
don't
we're
work
gonna do.
at night.
I'm sorry.
She don't work at night.
Hey, Matt's here. I was just talking about you earlier, buddy. So, Matthew Zen, this is the guy I told you about out in California, with whom I was, we were sharing some NESARA news that we found, that you posted in our
Yeah.
little group. And then I shared it with Matt, and Matt was like, "Oh, I don't care, what somebody has to say." And then he started digging into it, and he found interesting stuff. You found interesting stuff. I found some stuff, and it's really, really interesting what is going on right
Exciting.
now.
Exciting
And
times.
those of you who are not paying attention, this is sort of mind blowing. So what I did is I took all of that stuff and I put it together sort of into a little video. And I'm going to stop and talk about stuff here and there. And Denise, you feel free to jump in anytime you want.
All right.
Hell yes, it is, says Matthew. Hell yes. These are
Exciting.
indeed exciting times. So
Ooh.
Bush made an ass out of himself again. Oh, I heard about that. you know,
Yeah.
hey, if you're good at something, stick with it. And let's face it,
I
Bush
haven't
can make
watched
an
that
ass,
yet.
huh?
I haven't watched Bush yet. I was gonna look him up. I want to see
Well,
what he said.
I don't want to get into him tonight unless you got the news. But
Mhm.
like I said, we're talking about all kinds of other stuff here right now. So
Right.
let me start. Let me start this little video. And oops, we need to see more mules uncovered. You know what? I'm going to actually rip 2,000 mules, Geo, and I will post it because I got a friend of mine in England who I sent him to BitChute where the video is available, and it's just shut down as soon as he goes in there. Like in England, they can't even get into BitChute to watch that video. So I'm gonna rip it, and I'm gonna actually put it. I'm gonna post it to my website, and then hopefully, if anybody's got issues, they can just go to attiladomos.com and see it there. So anyway, so let's start with this very interesting stuff that is going on. To those of you who might be using your phone and can't read this, I'll read for you basically what it says. So here we go. On April 2nd through 5th of 2022, a constitutional convention was organized at an Air Force base in Abilene, Texas. 10 blue states declined to participate. Something tells me Pennsylvania is one of them. Hawaii abstained and chose to be an independent nation state. And I can actually confirm that because I watched a military video about that probably about 2 months ago. So they just said we want out. So anyway, 34 states voted in DC, 38 states ratified the new NESARA Republic and Trump presidency as of May 17th, 2022, which was what, Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
On May 16th, on Monday, 2022, American flag brought to half-mast to signify death of United States Government Incorporated, and on May 17th, back to full mast. We now have a lawfully restored republic under the Constitution of 1776. Long live the new republic of the United States. A military parade of states' flags was conducted in D.C. So I'm going to play a little further along here, and I'm going to continue to pause here and there. Now, if you notice, this is May 16th. I know it wasn't windy, of course, for this photo, But you see the flag is half mast. It's hanging
Yeah.
that low. When it's hanging that low, the flag is not like 8,000 feet long and stuff. So there's your flag on May 16th, half mast. And here's your definition why the flag is at half mast. So when they try to come out and give you excuses, like I think the Biden administration said something ridiculous, like they're doing it to signify 1 million people with COVID or some bullshit like that. That's straight up bullshit.
Yeah, I heard
Okay.
that too.
Yeah, yeah. I laughed as soon as I heard it because I'm like, oh, come on. You
Yeah.
couldn't come up with something better. Like they come up with the dumbest excuses for everything.
Yeah.
So let's
So what's
see.
that say there?
Oh, I'm sorry.
I
The
can't read
flag,
it.
the flag on the White House is never flown at half mast except upon the. God, I got a line going across here. Across the occasion of the death of the president of the United States or an ex-president. So basically, only if a president or ex-president is dead is when they fly, half mast.
I wonder who died.
Right. Now,
There could have
I
been
post
some treason charges.
the death of a president or ex, Matt says. Yes, exactly. I got this photo, I think came from Matt. He circled it. I can't really see it because, like I said, I got this paused line going over it. But this was from Nancy Drew. And then he sent me like you sent me Nancy Drew, but from Facebook, right? Because you
Yeah.
follow her on Facebook. So I
Yeah.
just started
And
following her.
Telegram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So I guess her name is Kelly Marie Brady.
Yes.
Okay. So I just
Yeah.
put this up here. So if anybody wants to follow her on Facebook, you can go ahead, look for, that little goofy cat or whatever
She's
that is
on
in the.
vacation for 1 week. She left today.
Oh, she did?
So she
Okay.
won't be doing any updates because
Okay.
she's somewhere else.
Okay. So this was what she posted to Facebook. Okay.
Yeah.
This is very interesting. So I'm going to shut up and just, you can watch the video.
They look amazing. What in the world? That's like.
By the way, this is going on at the White House yesterday at, I guess, 1:49 p.m. Eastern time. At least that's when she went live.
Interesting.
And this was not
Met says guardsmen
This
at White House, not for Greece, only 38 state flags. Oh, that's what the photo said, right? That you said. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Also, this was not on the schedule. The
Right.
POTUS schedule.
Right. Yeah. This is the shit they tried to pass off as it's for the Greece prime minister, right? The prime minister of Greece. Meanwhile, you'll see later, there are like all kinds of flags. Not a single one of them is like the Greek flag.
Yeah, like states.
Yeah.
I saw one with North Carolina.
Oh, did you? Okay. So I'm not going to show the entire video, but I took some clips so you can see. And then you can always look for it yourself.
Yeah, that's every branch of the military.
Yeah, you'll see they start taking out the flags and they all have the spears on top.
Oh, look at the spears on the top of those flags. Did you see that? The spearheads? Oh, wow. Look at. Ooh.
Man, those things could kill someone. Nancy Drew has a thing for men in uniform. She gets excited every time she sees soldiers.
Helicopter.
Yeah. There you go, Matt. Maybe you ought to hook up with Nancy Drew. He's a former Marine.
Huh.
And
Look at all these flags just coming out for the ceremony. Hey, Melissa, how are you?
This is,
Oh, that's the little chunk. That's my man. He's in the room with me, says Matt.
bring up the comment.
Melissa White says hi, Denise.
Hi. Hey, girl.
Okay, so I went and looked up, what does the spear on top of the flag mean? And I put it up here for everyone to see. The spear usually comes in silver or gold and is the only finial, Finial, finial used by the United States Army
Now,
when flying the Army's flag. It has a long, rich history that has carried into present day, representing the heroism of our past and the fearlessness towards our future. Now, I believe when the eagle is on top of the flag, that means we're at war. So it's good to see the spear. Kim Milliken, am I saying that right? Says hello to you, Denise.
hey, girl. Hey, Melissa.
Yeah, your girl's coming in there. I like it.
All my girls are coming.
That's right. Your girls are coming. So okay, so we got the spears on a flag. That's very interesting because you usually see the eagles. So it's good to see that we're not at war, right?
Right. So the war is over. I heard today we started war back in 2015, World War III.
That would make sense.
Yeah.
So here's what I just wrote here. Basically, what it said underneath Nancy's YouTube video, which she shot I guess right after the Facebook one. She went live on YouTube. And here's what was going on inside not inside the White House, but inside the White House premises, I guess, the gardens.
Yeah, inside.
Yeah, and this went on. She shot about 50 minutes worth of this stuff. I'm not going to put all 50 minutes. If you want to, you can just look it up yourself. Just look for Nancy Drew on YouTube, and it'll be there. It's about 50 minutes long. You see all the different state flags. And since they went back to 1776, I'm assuming that these are all like the original state flags, right? So this would be probably Pennsylvania state flag from 1776.
That one I saw, North Carolina. Did I send that to you? Well, the reason I zoomed in on it is because someone in the comments in the video said, "Is that a Q?" So I was watching.
You did send that. Yes, you did send that.
So I went back and I blew it up, and it looked like a Q, but in the circle it said, what did it say? It said May 20th. May 20th through 1776.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna go back and
okay.
I have it.
So anyway, as you guys can see, this is definitely not like something that the military does for the frickin' Prime Minister of Greece. All right, I'm sorry. The Prime Minister of Greece isn't so important that they're going to get all of the branches of our military. Thanks for sharing that. I'm going to have to go watch that. Yeah, Melissa, look it up. And I'm trying to put, information where you can find all this stuff. Both Denise and Matt, they have like noses for digging. They're like our versions of Nancy Drew.
I'll tell you what that flag that I zoomed in on, and I knew it was North Carolina. One of the ribbons in the current flag was May 20th.
Hang on 1 second. Hang on. Hang on, because Melissa Sadler is saying, Denise, your mic is cutting out. Do you have an earbud mic? Could help. Is she still cutting out right now or no? Because to me, she sounded fine here. Before she was cutting out, but I think that was because the audio from the video was also playing along with her talking. So let me know if she's still cutting out. So sorry, Denise. Go ahead.
Okay, it's a North Carolina flag, but I don't know if that's the one that flag of North Carolina, United States flag, and it said May 20th, 1775. And the other ribbon has an inscription of April 12th, 1776, referring to the Halifax results, where North Carolina delegates to approved the Declaration of Independence of the United States. So
Nice.
that's the flag.
The original flag, then. That's what
That
you're
was
saying.
that Marine was carrying a flag of the Declaration of Independence for
Right.
North Carolina.
Right. And it was the original flag of North Carolina.
Oh,
Like
was
from
it?
1775. Well, I mean, that's what I got out of it, right? Because it said
Yeah,
something about 1775.
May 20th, 1775. That's right.
Right. Oh, sweet.
So why
That's
would
sweet.
that be there? Why
This
would
is so
why would
exciting. I
they
guess
be
like
carrying that?
I'm getting goosebumps just from all this stuff going on.
Yeah.
Now, this interestingly enough, okay, so this is I have the President of the United States seal, right? Seal of the President of the US. And the reason I did this, and I don't know which one of you, I think you're the one who actually posted
Yeah, I
these in the
sent it
group,
to
right?
you. I
Right.
seen that
Okay.
today.
Okay. So here are a couple photos of Biden, and this happened today. Oh, okay. So the reason I put this in here is so you can see that Biden meets with leaders of Finland and Sweden on NATO, blah, blah, blah. You see May
Today.
19th, 2022. So it happened today. Just so you know that this is today. It's not, I didn't find photos from 5 years ago or last year or anything like that. These are legit photos from today. And there he is. You see right back the Swedish flag. There's the Finn flag in the middle and then US flag. What I noticed with the US flags here, though, is they don't have the gold
Gold trim.
trim, right?
Yeah.
You notice that? And for anybody
No,
who
I
doesn't know
didn't
that,
notice that. I didn't
it,
notice that.
well, if anybody doesn't know what that means, I'm just going to throw this out there. That gold, when you saw the gold trim around our flag, that means that we're captured. So there is no gold rim on the flags here, as you can see over, on the right-hand side as well. So that's good news. But again, here's Biden, and look at that seal. Nowhere does it say, seal of the President of the United States or anything. It's just the little eagle logo and thing. That's all it is. It's basically a naked steel. Again, I'm gonna take this back. That's what it should have looked like. Sorry, right there. And you see, there's no writing anywhere. Caught that earlier today. No gold fringe. Right, exactly, Melissa. And I posted this one too. This right straight from Fox News. And again, this is from today. And you see, nowhere does it on the seal say that seal
He's
of the
the
President of the
president
United
of the
States.
United States.
Nowhere does it say that. Poor Sleepy Joe. Poor Pedo Joe.
Trader Joe.
Trader Joe. Exactly.
That's what I call him.
So this is super exciting. I don't know if, like, you're grinning ear to ear, so you must be as fired up as I am.
Yeah, I am. I am.
So I'm going to add something else very interesting. I got a text. I got up today and I got a text from my brother saying that I live in Squirrel Hill in Pittsburgh's East End, Squirrel Hill. He was working in Shadyside, which is like on the other side. He's literally on the other side of, where I live. It's about 10 minutes away, 15 tops with traffic. And he does like landscaping and stuff. He said there were at least 100 to 150 military vehicles that went by.
Ooh.
All kinds of trucks. Now, I would have added the video, but unfortunately, he went to shoot the video and he messed up. And he only got like 2-second clip. So I didn't even bother adding the 2-second clip. But from his mouth, he said it had to be 100 to 150 military vehicles all going by. So we know that
Were they driving or were they on a train or driving?
No. They were driving. He said if they were on a train, it would have taken 5 to 10 minutes for the carts to go by, for them all to go by.
Wow.
So they were driving, and we know one of the things we know that we're supposed to have military, like the lockdowns, right?
Yeah.
And then we're supposed to get the emergency broadcast system, right? And
Right.
all of this release. Well, so Melissa, here's the deal. George Soros's money is still out there with Antifa and Black Lives and all these terrorist organizations. So the reason they're putting the military into all the major cities is to protect the people, to protect the cities. We don't want the cities burning again because pedo Joe Biden, fraudulent Joe Biden, has been removed. So is that going to happen this week? I don't know. I'm not saying it's going to happen this week or next week, but we know for a fact that it's coming. We can agree on that, right, Denise?
I think SCOTUS is going to decertify or flip, one or the other. Are they going to just
Wow.
decertify and the military steps in, or are they going to or are they just going to flip it?
Right.
We're under 24/7 military protection right now.
Right.
We
And
have to
Kim
buy
says
SCOTUS.
Kim says that they have done an EBS this week, one every day in Michigan.
Ooh,
Wow.
yeah. I
And
hope Gretchen
that's
gets
definitely a
arrested.
blue state. That's, I guarantee you, that's
Oh
your
yeah,
state and my
that's one of
state did
those
not
10
show up.
for sure. Those are one of the 10 for sure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But if you, every single person, well, no, not every, that I know from Michigan, because I'm originally from the same place as Kim. Every person I know is Republican. Just a couple few that
Well, I mean, I'm assuming you
probably
guys
voted
weren't
for
from
Biden.
Detroit, right? You weren't from Flint or Detroit
Flint,
or inner
Flint,
city. You were from Flint?
area. Well, I was in a farm town near Flint.
Okay, but that's
Yeah.
what I mean. Like you weren't in the city, right? And
Well,
that's where all the
yeah.
that's but what
Close
I'm
enough.
saying is that's where all the thievery and the stealing of votes and stuff like that goes on,
It's where they
right?
poison their water.
Right, exactly, that
They,
too. But
they poison that water.
Melissa White is asking Kim, where are you? So anyway, so this is like fantastic news. And again, I don't know when this is going to happen. None of us know, but I know that we're all just waiting for the RV to happen. Some of us are in place to, to be able to bring a lot of good to a lot of people. So it's looking like we're around the corner. Have you heard anything lately from Mark Z? What might have been the latest?
He's saying it was quiet. The last video, he said it's pretty quiet, and that's a good sign.
It's been, I'll tell you what, it's
I
been
read
super
something
quiet for like the
today.
last week.
I took a screenshot. Hold on, I got
Oh, I
something for
can't.
you.
Yeah, but I can't add it to it right
No,
now.
you can't.
Oh.
But I can say what it is.
Oh, okay, okay.
Okay, Mike Pompeo,
Okay.
who was Trump's right-hand man.
Yeah.
What is he? He was the Secretary of State, right? Okay. He tweeted today, traveled to Albania today to speak with the Iranian community there. They are right to resist the mullahs and work to deliver what the Iranian people are demanding and protesting for, freeing Iranian citizens from the regime's tyrannical yoke.
Wow.
So
That's
that's
beautiful.
today. Mike Pompeo said that.
Yeah.
So Iran is part of what's holding this back because they
Yeah.
have their criminals in Iraq's presidency.
Yeah.
Like there was
Yeah.
an Iranian
Hey,
running the
Jericho joined us in here, by the way.
Oh my goodness,
There he
Jericho.
goes. Where's Jen? She's the only one we're missing. But again, fantastic news. We are back to being a constitutional republic under NESARA law. And it's only a matter of time before they make the official announcement. And I guess that would come during the EBS, after the EBS? Do you have any ideas?
I
What you
would
might have heard?
think that military's going to take over, then the EBS, and then disclosure. So I
I'm
would
waiting.
after this, but once NESARA starts, he has 120 days. They have 120 days to do another election. So if NESARA
Oh, that's
is
right.
actually, yeah, 120
right.
days to do another election.
So
And
if NESARA started on the
90%
17th,
of elected officials will be gone. We'll be down to a small.
right. So wait, so if NESARA started on the 17th, right? Because that was the whole idea. Started on Tuesday.
Right.
So then we're looking 120 days is about 4 months. So May, June, July, August, September. So we're looking at around my brother's birthday, which is September 14th.
Right. We have to vote by then and he'll be reinstated because we know who we're going to vote for.
Yeah.
Oh,
wow.
so who did I just listened to Phil's live. He said Biden actually got under 20 million votes.
Really?
Trump got over 100
You know
million.
what? That's very much believable, though. I mean, think about it. This guy. Well, okay. So first of all, I heard that Trump ran un uncontested anyway. We know this whole Biden thing was a setup, right?
Right.
This was whole thing was just. I mean, I don't.
It
I'm still
wasn't
one of
even
those guys.
Biden.
I'm still one of the people who don't believe that this is the real Joe Biden.
Oh,
You
me
know,
too. I
he
don't
just
believe
looks
it.
too different. Too many. You line up the nose and the ears, and the earlobes are different, and and he kind of
But
has different mannerisms each time you see him. It's almost like there are two or
yeah,
three
there's
different
like a
people
few
playing him.
of them. Yeah.
Right, right. Another
No.
interesting thing about Elon Musk is I don't know if this is the real Elon Musk, if this is a clone, if this is a body double, or if this is the real Elon Musk and he's been freed. Because, anytime I've been following Elon for a long time, and he was very different. He was always like a lot more uncomfortable and a lot less happy looking. You know what I mean? Like he always looked like he had to do some shit and he wasn't thrilled about having to do it, but he had to do it because he had to do it.
Oh,
And we
really?
know that Elon was born into the system. Okay. He was
Look at his
basically going to be
mother.
like yeah, right. But he was going to be like the next Richard Branson or Bill Gates. He came like with a fake background story and everything, right? Like he came like a poor young boy from South Africa, which was not the case at all. His parents owned an emerald mine, you know?
Right.
It's like, who
You
is
told me
poor?
that.
If you own an emerald mine and you're poor, you're doing it wrong. And
Right.
in fact, Elon used to make money when he was young by trading emeralds in New York City. He would trade emeralds to people, and that's how he got his cash. His dad often bragged that they have so much money that they can't even close the safe. So his entire background was fake, all of it, just like Bill Gates's and just like Richard Branson's, right? Fake backgrounds. Um, but if you
I
look at
didn't
this
know that.
Elon now, if you look at the Elon now, he's so like he's almost like happy. He's happy. He's like trolling the libs. He's trolling like his old controllers. And like I know he was always a troll, right? But he's like happy about doing it. So it's very different. Like he now has a happy troll rather than just like a, you know,
I, I think it's him and he got hair plugs.
well, he
Like,
definitely got earplugs. We know
yeah,
that. But
he's
what
having
I'm
a party.
saying,
But he
yeah,
looks the same.
Elon's mother is huge in Masonic Temple. Yes, she is. Yes, like I said,
Well,
Elon was born into this. Okay, it's just like I was talking with some people at one time, and I told them I said, look, I don't feel sorry for anybody in Hollywood who sold their soul. Right? People are like late teens, early 20s, whatever. They sell their soul to become the next biggest rock star or music star, video, film star, whatever. Right?
yeah,
But the ones I feel bad for are like Britney Spears. People and what's his name, the little
born
kid.
into it, didn't have a
Ri
choice.
right. She never had a
Yeah,
choice. And
right.
then, and I feel bad for her because she was totally used. Her parents used her just like Macaulay Culkin, same thing.
Used.
Who was the other those kids, those two kids with the same first
Bella
names, the
Thorne.
Corys. Who?
Bella Thorne, Disney girl. She come right out and said she was raped every day of her
Yeah.
life. And
Oh, yeah, I know who
nobody
you're
helped.
talking about. Yeah,
Nobody
and
helped.
then you got the two Corys, right? Corey Haim and Corey
Right.
Feldman.
Feldman.
And Corey Feldman's been talking about this for 20 years at least.
He won't name names though.
He won't, but but he's been
He'll,
very open. I would
he'll
say
rape.
he was the first one that I know to come out and openly talk about what's going on with the kids in Hollywood. Hannah Montana, right? So yeah, look at
Oh,
her. I mean, my God, they did a
she's
number
so
on her.
bad.
So
And
I
what
think
I'm concerned, I really wonder, and maybe you know, about Dolly. Dolly is her godmother.
Dolly Parton
Is yeah, like how
is
could
Hannah
she?
Montana's godmother.
Um,
Well,
Miley Cyrus.
yeah, Miley Cyrus, yeah.
Yeah.
Well, it makes sense.
So
She's a country star, and her dad's a country star.
and like, is Dolly good? Bad?
Well, look,
Like,
Dolly is part of the same system. Dolly is part of the system. Burt Reynolds is part of the system. Tom Cruise is part of the system. These people are all, you don't get to that level without selling your soul. You just
Right.
don't. You don't. Nobody has ever made it in music or in film or politics to a worldwide level without selling your soul.
Yeah.
So
Really
it's
sad.
something that they're gonna have to deal with. I know that Madonna, when she first sold her soul, she tried to run away when she realized what she did, and they tracked her down.
Really?
Yeah, they tracked her
Madonna is
down,
my
and she said,
favorite, and I cannot look at her.
"Oh, there's so many people. I can't look at the Schwarzenegger films anymore. I just can't. He's such a piece of shit. He's an absolute piece of shit." And
Yeah.
he's a member of the Odessa. Don't let anybody tell you otherwise. I guarantee you he's an
What's
Odessa
Odessa?
member.
What's
Odessa
Odessa?
is a German. It's a German acronym for former sons of the SS. And his father was an SS officer, and he claims that he didn't get along with his father. But look, okay, I'm sorry, you don't become Mr. Olympia 7 years in a row, then you come to Hollywood, become one of the first $20 million actors. When you suck at acting, you just look good on screen, right?
Right.
And then you become governor of California, and like this guy succeeds at everything he does. It doesn't happen by accident. It just
Right.
doesn't. And now what's he doing? He put out that video where he's talking about to the Russian people, telling them that their leader is crazy and they should be supporting Ukraine and everything. I mean, come on, if that ain't a Nazi, I don't know what is. So he's a Nazi dirtbag, and I cannot look at him the same way ever again. And it sucks because I was a fan of his, but like I said, I was suspicious about his Odessa ties for a long time. Most celebs' choice of people, they're chosen
Sorry.
from a pool. No normal people allowed. Right? Yeah, there's that too, Jericho. Yeah. Many of them are agents and placed where they are. That's true. I watched a video with a couple of people, and I don't know who they are, but one of them actually wrote The Matrix, the original version of The Matrix. Okay,
Oh,
not the rewrite that the Wachowski brothers or whatever the hell they are now did, but he was one of the writers of the original Matrix, and that was supposed to be more about God, right? It was supposed to have more of a positive
really?
vibe to it. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Wow.
And he was born into the system as well. And a lot of these kids, they're groomed from the time that they're born. I guess they look at them and see what they're good at, and then they put them into position to be the next. Like I said, Elon was supposed to be the next Bill Gates or Richard Branson, etc. Right? So they have
Wow.
that for everything,
Yeah.
and these people are all a part of the system. But it was really interesting because he broke away from it, as did this other young lady. I guess she was probably like in her early to mid 20s. She broke away from the system. And I think the two of them were actually paired up. I may be wrong, but I know that they pair people up. Okay. They pair people to push whatever agenda they're
Right.
doing. So like
Right.
when you had like who was that German supermodel chick?
Kanye and Kim Kardashian.
Exactly. Or you had that
Yeah.
German supermodel who married Seal. I forget her name now. She was a big
Yeah.
supermodel, right? And she married Seal of all people. And you're like, why is this? And again, pushing an agenda, right? So that's how they do it, right? With their handlers, exactly. So
Right.
it's
Handlers.
very interesting. But I'm happy to see that all of this nonsense is coming to an end. And I do the things I do in life because I want real, like when I did my 24-hour world record ride and the pain I suffered doing it and all that, it's real,
Yeah.
and my around the world trip that I want to do with swimming the Atlantic and all that stuff. It's going to be hell, but it'll be real. And that's what I'm
Be
interested.
able to.
Right. And I want to
Soon.
see like an entire world that's real because right now everything's so fake. It's just,
Did
it
you
hurts.
say you wanted to go around the world?
Either I'll be making all lefts or I'm going around, depending whether it's like this or
I
like
want to
this.
see if you end up in the same spot. Just
Right.
go east.
Right.
I'm gonna have
Well,
proof. I'm gonna have
yeah,
proof.
yeah, yeah. Well, I would get to the ice wall, but I'm feeling I'll be shot before I ever get anywhere near there. Uh, Kim says,
Which
my
seems
husband
idiot.
said way back when the Matrix came out that he was like, this is happening now. Now he says, dude, the Matrix told us that what was going on. Yeah, I mean, there was so much truth in the Matrix. It's crazy. And if that movie didn't get you thinking as to what's going on, why don't things feel right and seem right? Then we had 9/11. And that was my wake up right there. 9/11 just shocked me out of
Let me tell you something about 9/11. 11 days before those towers went down, I was on top of it.
Were you
I
really?
have
Wow.
pictures. I'm sitting right next to a NY or the fire department.
Yeah.
What's the fire department?
New York Fire Department.
Yeah, NYFD.
FD.
He
Yeah,
had a
yeah.
shirt on and he's got his work pants. It's like he's standing up there on his break or something. And I went there before me and my ex were married. We went up to New York and we
Uh-huh.
sitting in a hotel room and he's like, "Hey, do you want to go to Empire State Building or World Trade Center?" I said, "Which one's closest to the Statue of Liberty?" And so that was the World Trade Center.
Yeah.
So it really hit me when
I'm
the thing
sure it
fell
did.
down and I was just on it. I'm like, "Oh my God."
I had one of my best friend's dad used to live about 2 blocks from there. And yeah, and he was living there when they first tried to blow it up back in the early 90s. I don't know if you remember that.
No,
It was
I
in the
remember
garage.
there was a terrorist attack.
Yeah, in the garage. They set off some bombs in the garage or some shit
You
like
think they
that,
were
tried to
trying to
blow it
put
up.
it down way back then?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
There
I
was a
didn't know
first
that.
attempt. Yeah.
So have you
Eh,
ever discussed that on your live?
What
Your thoughts
the
on
9/11? Oh, I've talked
9/11?
about 9/11 openly often. Yeah, yeah. I mean,
Oh, okay.
look, we know it was the biggest inside job in American history. I mean, it was right
Yeah.
up there with Pearl Harbor, and
Titanic.
many of the other ones.
Titanic.
So they did try called it burglary. Is that what it was, Melissa? Okay. Yeah, I remember because I was there not long after they tried to blow it up the first time, and Ray was telling us about it. My dad's friend. Um,
So speaking of NESARA, um, all that gold was in Building 7, right? And they hid it under the Vatican.
I don't.
They stole
So
it.
so there's the U.S. Treasury has a big vault underneath the Twin Towers. I don't know if it was in Building 7. I know what Building 7, they ran the operation out of Building 7 because it was the
Oh, that was all
CIA.
the paperwork.
Yeah, it was I don't remember whether it was the CIA or the FBI who was behind it. I think it was the CIA actually because they're just dirtbags. They have nothing to do with America. The CIA does.
Yeah.
Anybody who thinks that the CIA is here to protect you, you're on crack. Joe Biden crack. CIA was, they were put together for one reason and one reason only, and that was to do the bidding of the globalist dirtbags. And by the way, their official headquarters, I don't know if you noticed, but their actual headquarters is under Lake Geneva, or at least
Guess
was.
what?
What?
They just shut our live down on Facebook. You
Did they
still
really?
have it?
I don't know. I mean, people are commenting, so they must see it. Can you guys still see us? The last post here was
Oh,
from
okay.
Melissa.
Okay. It's there.
Oh, okay. Okay.
They just booted me off.
Oh.
I was like, oh,
Okay. Wayne said, "Yep, we're there." Okay. They see us.
okay.
Okay. Good. 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 But yeah. So,
So
and
how did
I was trying to.
all the gold get to the Vatican? Do you know?
Well, the gold was just hoarded there over the centuries. I mean, they had what? They had. It took them, I think, 650s those C-17 planes to get all the gold out.
Yeah.
What was it
Yeah.
like? 4 quadrillion or $5 quadrillion
I don't know,
worth of
like
gold. It was a
52
ridiculous amount.
zeros.
Yeah,
52
yeah. It was a
zeros.
ridiculous amount.
150 miles of gold.
Yeah.
Stacked
It was.
as high as you can go. It's deep as you can go.
Yeah. It was like. Have you ever seen the De Beers warehouse?
Mm-mm.
Okay, this goes to diamonds and how fake diamonds are. And ladies, by the way, you've all been duped with diamonds, 100%. Diamonds are worthless. There
I
are very
was
few diamonds
never
that are actually worth
really
anything.
into diamonds. I mean, I liked my ring and everything, but I always thought if I ever, get married again, I could do like an emerald or something.
When I got
Sapphire.
married, my ex-wife and I we did not do real diamonds because I was totally against the entire diamond trade. It was so
I heard
controlled.
I heard that they're turning. This is really like you probably heard about this, and people are going to think I'm nuts. Kids into diamonds.
I heard that. Well, now, so what they're doing is they're taking their ashes and they're
Right.
crushing it into
Yeah.
diamonds. Yes, yes,
Yeah.
yes, yes.
That's
I've
what
heard
they're
that a
doing.
while ago.
That's how
These
they're
people are
making
sick, man. They're putting
diamonds,
them in
right?
our food. I mean, McDonald's food has like 25% human DNA in it. And if McDonald's has it, you can bet your ass that Burger King and the rest of them probably do as well.
Yeah.
Okay. So it's
Yeah.
not just McDonald's. So think twice about eating a hamburger at a fast food joint ever again. But
Yeah.
so the De Beers, if you would ever seen the De Beers,
I don't know what
uh,
De Beers is.
De Beers was the world's #1 diamond trader. They owned the diamond industry. Like they had full monopoly. They had 97% of the industry was all De Beers.
Okay.
And their warehouse, you remember the ending of Indiana Jones, the first Indiana Jones, where they go in the warehouse to put away the Ark of the Covenant? And it was just like crates on top of crates in this massive, massive warehouse the size of like 2 football fields. It's like
That
that.
no, really.
It's
I
like that,
I
but
don't
it's filled.
remember that part of that
It's it's
movie.
it's the ending of Indiana Jones. That's how it ends. They take,
Okay.
they got it on a like a whatever tractor or whatever, and they're taking it into the warehouse, and it's a huge warehouse, and they just put it up and into a spot for the Ark of the Covenant. But at any rate, yeah, the De Beer warehouse looks like that, but it's all diamonds. I mean, it's so much diamonds, and that's how they control the value of diamonds. They literally own it all. Now, what they do
Wow.
is they have the kids going, they have children going in to mine these diamonds, and the children get X-rayed going in and X-rayed coming out. Every time they go in or out, they get X-rayed.
So they don't
And
see.
right,
Yeah.
so they don't, swallow it. Then, if they're suspected of stealing a diamond, they haven't even stolen any. They're suspected. They're asked, do you want long sleeve or short sleeve? And what that question means is, where do you want your arm cut off? At long sleeve or short sleeve? And there are literally villages in Africa with children. These children, it's populated with children who just have arms missing because they were accused of stealing diamonds. Yeah,
Wow.
that's a fact.
And
Yeah.
these people are just billionaires and they just have no.
Well, so here's how the diamond trade worked. Now, my understanding is they changed it a little bit, but here's how it used to work for a long time. De Beers, which was of course in England, where else is it going to be, right? In London, De Beers would send out invitations to jewelers from around the world, and you had to come with 6 million or whatever, whatever price was set. You had to come with that money, and they gave you whatever they felt like giving you. So if you were like an upstart jewelry store and you were trying to buy diamonds, they're probably going to give you the crap, and you had no say so about it. And if you bitched about the quality diamonds they gave you, then you weren't invited back ever again.
Right.
So it was a disgusting trade. So I wanted nothing to do with it, and it's why I stayed away from it. Plus, if you look at like whenever the rich and the famous, and especially what do you call them, kings, queens, royalty, right? When
Uh-huh.
royalty marry, when was the last time they ever gave a queen or a princess or whatever anything but like a ruble or some kind of other gem? They never
Re-
give diamond.
Really?
Yeah, yeah. It's
I
never
didn't
a
know that.
diamond. No, they give
Really?
like real stones. Diamonds are for us, piss ants.
Really?
Yeah,
Did not know that.
yeah. The real value of diamond is that they can drill through anything. So they're really good for like drills, you
Mhm.
know, cutting things, that sort of stuff. But
Right. So they're
yeah.
tools. You're wearing a
Oh,
tool on your finger.
fantastic tool. Yeah, absolutely. Not naive, massive. Yeah.
Wow.
So, okay. So we can wrap this up. We've gone about 45 minutes here.
Oh,
But
nice.
again, exciting news. We're not making promises. We're just sharing with you what we came across, and maybe we'll do this more often. Share stuff,
Yeah.
whatever we find,
Yeah.
and because this is exciting. Again, on May 16th, on Monday, the flag flew half mast at the White House. As of May 17th, we are back to 1776 constitutional law, and we're under NESARA law, which is going to change the world. And for anybody who doesn't know NESARA, JASARA, just look it up. Just literally, it's as it sounds, NESARA or JASAR. JASAR is the global version of it. And we're going to have a world, basically. So to make it easy, I always said, because I'm an immigrant to this country, I always said that we're going to get to a global system at some point. The only question is, because you could see how nations were building, right? The only question is, whose laws are we going to follow? Are we going to follow, like, is the world going to become the United States, or is the United States going to become the world and like the rest of the world? And if that happened, well, to say it frankly, we're fucked. Okay.
If the United States gets taken over, there's no safe place.
No, no,
You
no.
better
This is
run
the
for the
safety
hills.
net. This is the world's safety net, and
Yes.
this is what I try
Better
to
run for the
explain.
mountains.
Oh yeah, yeah. As soon as all this nonsense with COVID and everything started, I was trying to wake people up. Like, hey, look, listen to me. I come from a communist country. It's not fun. It's not good. You don't want that, right? So I
It's
try to
almost like
explain to
they
people.
love it. It's
No, but
almost like they love it.
for some reason, I just don't understand. But many Americans just don't want to listen. They just they don't believe the stories. From the left, you get this. Well, it's never been tried right. Well, no shit. There's a reason for that.
Right.
Right? There are no
Right.
checks and balances. All the power's in the government's hand. You don't want that, you know? Yeah, Geo, yeah, you're right. People need to see, but I don't want to leave. I don't want to have escaped the communist country only to come to America, which is like, the richest, wealthiest country in the world, and to end back up in a communist shithole. It just, what kind of life is that? That would be a cruel joke by God. Right?
Not by
So,
God.
yeah, right. The devil, whatever. But at
Yeah.
any rate, so yes, great news, and keep those fingers crossed. And maybe Denise and I will do some more of these if I could
Yeah.
talk her into doing more of these. Right
And now that I know how to use the app,
there, you
or
go.
this part,
Yeah, it's not going to take us 25 minutes to get in.
we're supposed to start at 9. Look at we
Right?
got 14 people.
Yeah, 15 on my count. Oh, back to 14. But okay,
Yeah.
all right. So
They're
we're gonna
like,
wrap it up. Anyway, see you guys.
all
Thanks for
right.
tuning in. What could we
Yeah.
be?
Bye,
Wait a minute. What
everybody.
should?
Good night.
All right, guys. Have a good night.